Oh yeah. I'm legitimately excited. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to Phil's Recap and Review. This is going to be everything we know about Pluribus so far, Vince Gilligan's new series. If you don't know what this is, if you're confused, wait, Vince Gilligan's coming back? Yes, he's coming back. He's coming back and he has a new show. And that's what this is called. It's called Pluribus. And we're going to go over everything we know so far. I did a stream about a month or so ago about the first trailer that got released, which was someone licking a donut. So, I mean, that's a little preview to what's going on here. This is a show about people licking donuts. So welcome. If you want to watch a show about random people licking donuts and picking up trash and dancing in the fields with smiles on their face, here we are. We're going to do it tonight. No. I'm very excited to talk about this. We're going to break down everything that is known so far as we're just about a month away. The premiere date is November 7th, with the first 2 episodes being dropped, and then weekly releases every Friday. And I don't know if that means they're going to be released Friday morning or Friday evening. I don't know the time, like if that means Thursday at 11:59, or 12:01, whatever. Either way, we're going to be covering this show every single week. Either on Fridays or Saturdays or Thursday nights. I'm not sure yet. I'll see how it goes. But we're going to be doing the after show just like Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul. I know this isn't the same universe, and that's the first thing to remember when getting into this. This is not another Breaking Bad, Better Call Saul universe thing. I don't want... No show should have to carry that weight, but it is Vince's new show. Peter is not a part of it as far as I know, except I think he might have written part of an episode, or he might be joining in to help out more in season 2. What, am I just going to play this whole damn theme song? Shut up! Welcome, everybody. I'm not alone, everybody. Of course, I'm not alone. I have people in the live... Whoa! Oh gosh! No, I don't want to see that. Sorry, I'm watching myself on replay. We have people in the live blah 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 chat right now. We got John Haymaker, we got Steven, we got a few other people that might be popping in. We got Fizby. Now, I don't usually stream at this time of day, and I didn't plan this out. I just felt like I've been wanting to do this for like a week or so, and I meant to come out last night, but I had a long ass day, and then I passed out. And I want an afternoon drink, so here I am this afternoon to talk about everything Pluribus. And this isn't just me. If you want to call on in, you can call in at 781-990-8509. Again, that's 781-990-8509. If I don't get your call, leave a voicemail. And if you're watching this when I'm not live, you can leave a voicemail 24 hours a day, 7 days a week at that line. As the anticipation is there, as somebody said in the live chat, 33 days. We're 33 days away from seeing what the hell Vince has been up to. Because that's really what I want to know. It's not about specifically, I mean, we're going to get into what we think this show is about. But what this ultimately comes down to, and my beginning part of my rants here, is just that I trust Vince. It's not often that, whether it's a musician, whether it's a filmmaker, whether it's a television show maker, that I just blindly kind of trust somebody. And that might bite me in the butt later here, but I don't think it's going to. This show might not be a show for everybody. I'm not saying it's going to be a guarantee amazing show for every single person that wants to watch a Vince Gilligan show and is expecting maybe something similar to his last 2 shows. But I do know it's going to be of high quality. I do know visually it's going to be stunning. I do know they're shooting it in Albuquerque, so it's going to be some familiar locations. Even in one of our trailers, in the trash trailer, it looks like it's right next door to Marie's house right there. It looks like they're checking out some rocks. Not rocks, Marie! Minerals! I'm sorry, Hank. I'm sorry, Puppy Dog. They're minerals. So I'm not expecting one of those shows, but I am expecting this to be tight. It's going to be a tight show. It might not be for everyone. It might not knock people out the gates right away, in the sense, like, if people need to rewind back in time sometimes. I covered Better Call Saul from the very beginning, and it was not as popular as it eventually got. Breaking Bad as well. Breaking Bad did not really get popular super popular till post season 4. And Better Call Saul really started to take off. Like, it was kind of like a snowball rolling downhill and kept building up steam as it went and reached crazy epic proportions of popularity in the final season. But up until that point, it was, I'm not going to say it was niche television, but it was more like a specific group of people. So I don't know how this show is going to do in the sense of being a slap, a D-slap across your face of a television, like, oh, wow, here we go. But because Vince is he more leans you in a little bit. He's gonna bring you down there, sip some water, you're like, oh, that feels pretty good. But you're not gonna realize the true epic scale of everything he's doing until several seasons down the line. And this show has been already approved for a season 2. Yes, Thisbe, I think, and I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing your name incorrectly. That is one of my points as well. I do think, based on the book that this might be sort of influenced by and some of the things that we've seen of this show, it does seem like it's going to be focused on sort of like happiness is contagious, toxic happiness, like over something about over positivity and people that are just people with me, like a big dumbass smile on my face. So it does seem like it's going to be going in that direction from everything that we've seen. Again, everything I'm going to be saying today, a lot of it is speculation. Some of it is just stuff that I've been able to sort of gather leading up to this. None of this is 100% for sure because we really don't know. They've been very, I'm not going to say cloak and dagger, but it's been a very interesting marketing campaign. As I mentioned before, there is also a phone number you can call. That's right, a phone number you can call that has some that has some sort of you get special messages if you text it. The last message you got was this past Friday. It said, "Hi Carol, any chance you'll be in New York City on October 10th? We'd love to see you, but space is limited." And then the one before that was on Thursday. "Please let us know if you have any more trash you need picked up after the trash trailer was released." There's another one that's like an audio thing. I don't think I can play that audio here. Unfortunately, I can play it on my phone. "You must have so many questions for us. Understand we only want to make you happy. We'll be in touch soon." So if you text, it does that. So let me see if I can bring this one up on my phone because I do have, where's Carol? Carol, I want you. Hi, Carol. Let's see if I can play this audio here. This was one you got at some point as well.
"Hello, Carol. We just wanted to wish you a happy Labor Day. We have a great fondness for these old holidays. In fact, just the memory of them makes quite a few of us tingle. We'd be happy to help you celebrate."
You know who's tingling? I'm fucking tingling because this show is, because I'm so drink the Vince Gilligan Kool-Aid. And let me take a sip of some Kool-Aid. Sorry, they are minerals. Eric Nolan in the live mother grabbing chat. Eric, that's why I went live right now, because I was thinking I haven't gone live in an afternoon for a while. It's been probably years since I've been on at this time. I understand it's not conducive for everybody, but for my friends overseas, it's much more conducive and friendly. Eric Nolan, everybody, if you haven't already and you're watching this, make sure you look Eric Nolan up online. Eric, feel free to share your website or your information or anything if you want. You don't have to if you don't want. But he is a performer, an amazing musician, an actor, and he's been in several of the shows we've talked about over the years. Game of Thrones and in the Viking series to put a little special stamp on, but other things as well. And amazing voice, amazing talented person, and just a good, awesome dude in all sorts of ways. And someone I hope I get to toast a drink with at some point in time in my life, because Eric Nolan is good fucking people. So if you want, check it out. And he's one of those people like, oh, I've seen him on something, So definitely check out Eric. Oh, you've moved further away from me, Eric. You're running away. You're like as far as I can get away from that hippie scum, I will do it. As far as I can do it, as far as I can. I'm also I'm just very excited for this show. Excuse me for 1 second as I have to run into the other room, so I'm going to play a quick piece of music to transition my movement. So, here we go. I'll just do that. Wait, stay doggy. Stay doggy. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. My dog was like, whoa, what's up? What's up, friends? What's going on here? What's up, Carol? Are you happy, Carol? It is only noon. I know I'm really early on the West Coast, and I'm doing this during football times. So I appreciate any of you that happen to be popping on in here. This is one of those things that I should have done some preview. You know, I should have put this live several days before, because I'm just not. I wasn't prepared. I thought I was going to be doing this at a different time. Anyways, all that stuff aside, let's get into this a little bit. The title of this show, of course, as I said, is Pluribus, but the marketing of it has a 1 with the I. And the name, I don't know how much the name has any specific significance to anything going on this show, but it is an interesting name. Forever it was titled, or a lot of people thought it was Cario 369 or some shit like that. Happiness is Contagious was a rumored nickname at some point, but that seems to be more of a tagline of the series. This show was created by Vince Gilligan, starring Ray Seahorn from Better Call Saul fame, that you may know as the one and only Kim Wexler. Make sure you do, Eric, anytime you come to Boston, let me know. I would love to meet up for a drink or something. Oh my God, there's music playing. Stop music. No one wants to listen to you. No one wants to listen to you, damn music. There we go. Okay, so what the heck is going on here? What you should be working. Okay, so now the premiere is November 7th, 2025. As I mentioned earlier, the first 2 episodes will be released that first night. We will be talking about 2 episodes, and we will be live after every episode. I know it's not a specific time, but we will find a time for this to live, for when we go live every time. Because I know some people will be stretching on in here today or watching this at a later time and being like, dude, when are you going live to talk about this show? And when I will be going live will either be theoretically Thursday nights at 1:01 a.m., possibly, or sometime on Fridays, either Friday afternoons or Friday evenings. Joe Dirty Locks will be covering the show with me. Also, Tony hopefully will be able to pop in. So for their benefits, it will probably be Friday evenings. But I may be so excited that I can't help but quickly run out and do a recap. Or it might be something that's more of a patient kind of thing. We'll see. But I will be going live after every episode. I'm hoping that I can do it. We'll see. I mean, we'll see how I want to do it on Thursdays. I want to do it as quickly as the episode drops, but we'll see. I'm not sure how Apple Plus does it. So, what was that? Oh no, there's congas here? Okay, there we go. We got Killmonger in the live chat. Now the fucking party can start. Killmonger, great to have you. Great to have anyone that happens to be popping in and out to check out this stream this afternoon. I know like I said, afternoons here on the East Coast, or mornings on the West Coast, or a reasonable time overseas. So let's get into what this series is. It's a science fiction drama. It's getting back more to Vince's X-Files roots, probably. I don't think it's going to be like the X-Files. I just mean, some people forget. I forget sometimes. And when I say some people, I'm talking about my goddamn self. You know, it's just my code way of taking myself off the hook for being an idiot. So if I put myself back in that situation for not being an idiot, I sometimes forget that Vince but made his bones in television, essentially, from the X-Files. He was co-showrunner towards the end of it, I believe. I don't know the X-Files well enough, but I believe I've heard Vince talk about it. There was a time where certain types of episodes he was directing, and there was another person that was directing that was also showrunning, and he was splitting duties with them, and they were doing other types of episodes. Trust no one. I don't know if we have X-Files fans. I think Joe was an X-Files fan. It's just a show I never quite got into. I haven't watched enough of it to pay attention to it to say like, I didn't like it. It was just a show I never quite gave a chance. And you know how it goes. Time waits for no one. And sometimes it's hard to catch up with shows because you're always watching new things, or if you're watching older things. For me, sometimes I tend to watch shows that I've already watched more often than watching other shows of older other shows that I haven't watched. If I'm going to watch something new, it's usually more of a modern show. But if I'm going to watch like an older show, a sitcom specifically, in some cases, I will just watch Cheers for the 7,000th time instead of checking out Everyone Loves Raymond that I've never watched. I don't know. I'm just using those for fucking examples. But anyways, this is a science fiction drama. But I've also heard it has elements of dark comedy. The premise is set in near future America. Series follows Carol, an author who appears to be the only person immune to a new virus that turns its sufferers perpetually content and optimistic. Ugh. I hate The Happy Wanderer too, Tony Soprano. It's set in Albuquerque, New Mexico. It follows Carol, as I said. As the world succumbs to this happiness virus, Carol becomes an unlikely figure who must confront and potentially reverse this widespread condition. So she's a hero that needs to spread a lack of contentment. That's interesting. I mean, everything I've heard about this series so far sounds extremely interesting. I know Vince wants something that's very, I wouldn't even say optimistic. It's the happy virus. We're all gonna, the tagline of the series is happiness is contagious. Happiness. We were just saying that, Kilbarger. It's like right across the street from you. She could hear Marie yell, Hank yelling, "They're minerals, Marie." God damn it. I can't wait. Okay, so the series is going to be 9 episodes, which I guess is par for the course of these days. I don't want to go on a stupid rant right now about how I miss 20 episode seasons, but I miss 12 episode seasons. It seems like they're just shrinking. Like, I'm watching Task right now, which I might talk about a little bit at the end, but that's 7 episodes, I think it is, 6 or 7 episodes. We got other series that come back, and they're just very brief little windows here. But 9 episodes is at least better than 6. So we got 9. She does live in Hank's trailer. Oh, we got a text message. Thank you for a text. 781-990-8509 if you want to text. If you don't want to jump in the chat, that's cool. We say, I can't wait for this. I can't wait for your recaps. I can't wait for you to watch the recaps. Area code 845. Thank you, 845. 10 a.m. in Hawaii. John Haymaker, damn you. Living in fucking paradise. You bastard. My friend totally wants to move to Hawaii, and he's like trying to sell me on it as well. Not that I could afford to do that, but he's like, it's like, you get a room here. I'm gonna buy a house in Hawaii at some point. You'll get a room. You should move to Hawaii. So we'll see. Does donuts have something to do with the show? Because the cast and Vince were giving away yellow frosted donuts. I don't know if donuts specifically have to do with this. Okay, if everyone is completely 100% content, is it a situation like that Albert Brooks movie, Defending Your Life, where if you're in a content situation, it doesn't matter, you're not going to care about your appearance, so you're going to eat as much as you want? So donuts are very popular in this new world? extra popular again. I also think it's interesting that the donuts maybe are just a part of the marketing campaign, as the first trailer had someone licking donuts. So maybe that image is iconic for the series. I wonder, though, in the same way that Cinnabons were important to Better Call Saul in a warped sense, I wonder if in some way, shape, or form, donuts do have some significance to this series. Exactly, Steven. Whatever happened to these episode 10s? It seems like 9 is the popular number now, and it's weird. You know, like, why it makes my analness freak out a little bit. I'm like, why can't it be 10? Just why? Why? Why, damn it? Oh, sorry. Well, turn that down. Fucking. Okay, so happiness is contagious. Albuquerque, New Mexico is the setting, which I think is cool. I know it's not Better Call Saul or Breaking Bad, but it's fun that they're doing it in the same location. So the production team they're from keeping the vibe going, keeping the team going, keeping the energy going of the community, of everything that they have going on. Whatever happened to 13? Whatever happened to 26 episodes? Damn it. I miss it. I totally miss it. Ugh. New computer, new problems. Could you stop having problems, computer, please? Thank you. Stop, computer. It's already renewed for a second season, as I've said a few times. Our cast is Ray Seahorn. I also forgot to mention earlier on, I am going from a new computer now, and my audio might not be perfect. So if I'm too loud or too soft or coming in gargled, please let me know. Whatever happened to... Can anyone ever tell me what happened to laughter? We got Ray Seahorn. We got Carolina Wydra. Ray is playing Carol. We got Zosia. We got Carlos Vesga. We got Miriam Shore as Helen, a guest role. We got Samba something as role unspecific. Vince Gilligan is the creator and the showrunner and the executive producer. We have another executive producer, Jeffrey Frost, Gordon Smith, who also worked on Breaking Bad, Allison Tacklock, Diane Mercer, Allison Oz, Jen Carroll, names I don't know, but I think a lot of these people did have things to do with Breaking Bad or Better Call Saul. Production details, Vince Gilligan, High Bridge Productions, Bristol Circle. So I'm serious. Some of this stuff is irrelevant. You're like, I don't give a flying fuck, Phil. And I don't give a flying fuck either. I'm just going through everything here. Filming location, Albert, and some of it may repeat because I just copied and pasted a bunch of stuff. Development began in August 2022. Apple TV secured the rights in September. Filming commenced in February 2024 and concluded in September 2024. The official title was released in the Doughnut trailer in July 2025. So far, people that have seen it or vibed out to it say the tone is a blend of dark humor, dystopian elements, and psychological drama. Let's stop there for a second. So I like the blend of dark humor. I feel like Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul both have obvious dark humor to them, but it doesn't get explored quite as much because the narratives of those shows are so serious. In Breaking Bad's case, you obviously have the person dealing with a terminal disease that is, or is thoughts that it's terminal, and changing his life and getting involved in cartels and all of that. Better Call Saul, deep character kind of piece that deals with real life relationships with brothers and emotional energy when it comes to relationships, like dating somebody, and work elements, mixed with some minor cartel stuff at first, some minor cat and mouse crime thriller stuff with Mike, or whatever you want to call that shit, in Nacho, and with the minor cartel stuff, leading into being closer to Breaking Bad by the end, and kind of bridging that gap and combining both energies. So, but they both have a dark sense of humor. And I've always wanted to see what Vince could do with dark sense of humor in a lighter topic. And I think this show is going to be miles and miles lighter than the previous two. And I don't mean it's not going to deal with serious things or we're not going to deal with intense energy at times. I just don't think it's going... I think he has said several times that he's wanted to do something very different energy to it. So I expect this to be just a very happy kind of dark comedy, surreal, as it said, dystopian kind of energy instead of like gripping, keeping you by the edge of your seat kind of stuff. I think it's going to be more an indulging vibe to it all. What's up, Phil? I have no idea what's going on, but happy to see you live. Happy to be live. It's been a weird stretch, and I haven't had a chance to do this in a while. I had to get a new computer, dealing with a lot of other stuff, but I am excited to be live and at the precipice to be talking about another show. This show, which is called Pluribus, is a show by Vince Gilligan, the man behind Breaking Bad and half the creative force behind Better Call Saul. I feel like I always have to say that because as much as Vince deserves 100% love and energy for both shows, Peter Gould deserves just as much love for Better Call Saul. And towards the end of Breaking Bad, a lot of Breaking Bad as well. They were very much a team. And I do think Peter's going to come back and be a part of this series as well at times too. I think we could see some blue sky in the background. I could definitely see some Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul Easter egg type stuff mixed in. That's what I could see. Let's see speaking of what I see. Oh, thank you, person that's texting. It's good to talk to you as well. Okay, so yeah, blend of dark humor, dystopian elements, psychological drama, themes, exploration of happiness and its implications, isolation and the human condition, resistance against conformity. Pluribus delves into the themes as toxic positivity, as one of our listeners earlier said. The societal, the ethics and consequences regarding emotions, conformity versus individualities, the struggle of maintaining personal identity in society, style influences compared to the Twilight Zone and X-Files in a exploration of bending approach. Yes, this is my animal mug. It's a tiki animal mug. So we'll see about that. So yeah, no meth in this series, unfortunately. So, and no weird sort of happiness is a warm gun. Yes, it is. It's going to be more, again, comparable more to Twilight Zone and X-Files. So it's going to be more weird, surreal elements. Awkwardness, odd comedy, dark comedy. Interesting visual aspects, probably. Lots of diving into wordplay and interesting dialogue or lack thereof dialogue and kind of melting into the feels. I'm very excited about all of this. All of this sounds really cool. I know it doesn't sound as on paper exciting as Breaking Bad or Better Call Saul, but this sounds like just really awesome stuff because as Killmonger says in the live chat, I trust him and I don't usually trust television show or directors. There's a handful of people that I just sort of accept that they're going to probably put out something that even if it's not my bag, it's probably going to be pretty good. Quentin Tarantino, Martin Scorsese, Christopher Nolan are names that I would put on that list of people that I'm usually like, if they put something out, I'm like, I'm a little interested. What's going on over here? Vince Gilligan belongs on that list, and he is on that list for me. And reasonably speaking, he's probably the only television guy that's on that list for me. Maybe David Fincher. Yeah, David Fincher's another one. When David Fincher's working on something and people that want to know, Mindhunters, House of Cards, there's more too that I'm not mentioning, but he's probably another one. Like, I know he's going to put out a quality product. There's other people that I kind of know what to expect. Jenny Cohen, like Glow, Orange is the New Black, Weeds. I kind of know going in what they're going to do. Same with, why am I blanking on his name right now? Ryan Murphy. Kind of know what I'm going in for with the Ryan Murphy show. And sometimes I'll check out his shows just because I enjoy his sense of humor. I've enjoyed it since Nip Tuck, Scream Queens, Glee, obviously American Horror Story. But talking about just blatant trust, like, hey, I freaking trust this guy to put out quality content. It's Vince Gilligan. To me, he's the Coen brothers or another. If the Coen brothers got back together, I would be like, okay, I'm watching what they're putting out. I was going to say Vince Gilligan to me is the Coen brothers of television. Excuse me. I think that's the most analogous comparison for his style to a movie director. I think Vince Gilligan's a better showrunner than David Chase as well, too. Partially because Vince is less of a control freak. Vince really likes to create an environment where other people feel emboldened to offer creative advice, where it's more of like the way, say, like the South Park writer's room works, where Vince hears everything and takes people's input, but ultimately makes the call. David Chase tended to take what people did and then rewrite it and rework it his way. David Chase is an asshole. I love The Sopranos. It's sitting at that table for greatest shows of all time for me. It really is. But I don't love the way that David Chase necessarily handles his interactions with his fan base. I think he can be kind of an asshole. And I also think El Camino greater than friggin' Many Saints of Brooklyn. Many Saints sucked. El Camino was unnecessary but a well-made movie. I think Vince Gilligan is just the best showrunner of all time. I'm going to say that without being ironic, without feeling like I'm diving into hyperbole. Vince Gilligan is the best showrunner of all time. Even if this show is a colossal failure, he has won the game twice. If we're going to Survivor, Sandra and Tony are the best players of all time. Sorry, that's going to be relevant to two people. Sandra and Tony are the best players of all time because they've won the game twice. Vince Gilligan's won the game twice. Two amazing series. I would agree with that. Whether you think The Sopranos or The Wire or some other show besides Breaking Bad or Better Call Saul are the GOAT show. You know, I know some people, Tony might be listening to this somewhere going, shut up everybody, it's The fucking Wire. And a lot of people think that. It's not just Tony. Some people out there are saying, shut up Phil, it's The Sopranos. But outside of that conversation, David Simon and David Chase are not the GOATs of television show making. Neither is what's his name that made Mad Men or what's his name that made 6 Feet Under. Like, they're not that. The GOAT is the guy that made two of them. Two of the shows that sit at the dinner table of the greatest shows of all time. As I've said many times, it's hard for me, and I will do tier lists and ranking orders, and I'll eventually do that ranking order of what my favorite shows of all time. But for now, what I like to say is there's a dinner table. And sitting at that dinner table is about, 6 or 7 spots, whatever, 5 or 6, however many spots you need. You can pull up tables. You can pull that little extension thing from the closet and make your table bigger. And sitting at that table are The Wire, Sopranos, Better Call Saul, Breaking Bad, Deep Space. No, there's a few other shows that I might put on that list too. But those are the ones that pop out to me immediately. Dun, 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 dun. Mudone. Ed Gaines is the GOAT. I think all of these shows on Netflix, quick aside, have been awesome. I think that one's been great. The one with what's his name? With the speedster there was really good too. The Dahmer series as well. Omar is coming for me. He's all over me, man. Okay, so our teasers, Happiness is Contagious, features a petri dish with a smiling face. We got the Taking Out the Trash one, which is one of the newest ones, showing a drone retrieving trash, highlighting the show's quirky tone. It is kind of weird. And the Comic-Con one, the one that there was the countdown for, featured someone licking a donut. Yo, Stringer, where's Wallace? Where's Wallace, String? Where's Wallace? Where's fucking Wallace, String? Omar is coming. People in the live chat, I know it's random, but what's your pick for your top show of all time? I know Killmonger says his The Sopranos. Jax Teller being Ed Gaines is crazy. Seeing Jax Teller in anything else is crazy. That's one of those weird, odd things about television. Seeing somebody else in another role takes a minute, and it's a real credit to them as actors when they can kind of make you completely forget who they are. I think one of the best of that is Christina Ricci. Like watching her be in Yellow Jackets and then seeing her in other things like Wednesday or Addams Family stuff back in the day or Sleepy Hollow. She's always kind of transforming herself in different ways. Christian Bale is another one. This show might have something more to do than donut licking. And I wonder if people are going to be able to disassociate Kim here from her Better Call Saul character into who Carol is. Okay. Vince Gilligan described the series as thought-provoking, upsetting, and so funny, emphasizing its creative direction. So to me, that means Vince is going all out with his dark comedy energy. And if people have listened to the Insiders podcast for Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul, if you haven't already, I highly recommend shutting me off and listening to them because they're so much better. Now, Vince, it has a sick sense of humor. A lot of the edge on Better Call Saul and Breaking Bad comes from Vince's dark sense of humor. So if he says this is so funny, I think this is going to be like Twin Peaks borderline shit. This series reunites Gilligan with Ray Seahorn, known for her role in Better Call Saul. Pluribus, we already mentioned, talks positivity, emotional control, the ethics and consequences of regulating emotions, conformity versus individuality, blah, blah, blah. Series is filmed in Albuquerque, New Mexico under the working title Y Cario 339. Production, as we said, finished in 2024, and the series is going to be released. Oh, here we go. Here's some new stuff. The first season consists of 9 episodes with the following writing and directing credits on each episode. So, let's see. Let me take a moment to wonder, what would Joe think about all this?
What did Joe think? What did Joe think? Was it good or did it really fucking stink? What did Joe think? What did Joe think? What did Joe think? Was it?
Okay, sorry, I needed a moment. So, to answer questions in the live chat, no, nothing more than donut licking. Have I seen Mr. Robot? I have seen the first season of Mr. Robot, and I fucking loved it. But I was watching it at an odd time, and I had a lot of transition in my life without getting too personal. And I never got back into it because it was a show I was watching with somebody. But it is one of those shows that I cannot wait to watch the end of. I love it. I'm a huge Christian Slater fan, and I thought the first season was one of the best first seasons of a show I've seen ever. Really tight, really amazing. That sci-fi dark humor sense to it. And if this show is even a fraction of what that show was, even in just its first season, I'm going to be a very excited, happy camper. So, but I love Mr. Robot for what I saw, but I've only seen season 1. So I don't know if it holds up, if it continues that energy through all of its run, and I will watch it at some point in time when I get access to it again. I'm hoping Joe is going to like this series. Joe is going to be talking about it with me. He has told me he will. I need to see when is good for Joe timing-wise to discuss it. I'm going to guess 1 a.m. on Thursday evenings is going to be the best for Joe right after the episodes air. The first one might be on a Friday just because it's 2 episodes and we might not want to start at 2 a.m. But I'll talk to Joe and figure out when is good for him. But this is a series that Joe has already agreed to joining us again. I know it's hard to get Joe these days, but when we do, when he's going to be watching something, he jumps on it as well. And he's also going to be joining us for Dunk and Egg as well. And maybe that can get him to join us on the next season of House of Dragon too. I think she's licking donuts to infect people with the happiness virus to make them, or whatever she has to do to make them sad again. Interesting, Big Will. I like that philosophy. I didn't think about it that way. Could something like that, could that person in the initial trailer be licking the donuts to try to disinfect people? So it's an odd sort of sense of humor way, an odd comedy way. Good way of thinking about it, Bill, because we have to start thinking about this series in the way of dark comedy. So the dark comedy aspect of that would be she's licking the donuts to help people. So you're right. It could be something like that. She's licking the donuts to make people less content. God, I love this series already. I'm hoping we get some Joe rants when we get to... see, the problem is having to get Joe into something that he is into, but also motivated enough and dislikes enough to rant. And the Happy 19 virus. Okay, so episode 1 is written and directed by Vince Gilligan. Episode 2 is written and directed by Vince Gilligan. So our first 2 episodes, bam, 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 like a Flintstones character. That's 2 bams. Bam, bam. We're going to get a lot of Vince Gilligan. Episode 3 is written by Gordon Smith. It doesn't say who's directing it. Episode 4 is written by Allison Tatlock. Episode 5 is written by Ariel Levine. Episode 6 written by Vera Blasi. Episode 7 written by Jen Carroll. Episode 8 written by Jen Gomez. And episode 9 written by Allison and Gordon Smith. I recognize Allison's name and Gordon Smith's name as writers for Better Call Saul and Breaking Bad, especially Gordon Smith. He's been working with Vince for a while. The only episodes Vince wrote were the first 2. So here we go with and the only episodes maybe he directs more because it doesn't say all the directors. Steven, maybe licking the donuts is the vaccine to be less happy. The series is described as genre bending, blending elements of, I almost said gender twice. I said it last time too, gender bending. Genre bending, blending elements of science fiction with psychological drama. It has been compared to The Twilight Zone and X-Files for its eerie, thought-provoking narrative. So it's going to be more of a full narrative Black Mirror kind of thing going on here. The promotional campaign for Pluribus has been very cryptic. A teaser featuring a woman in medical scrubs licking a donut and placing them back in a box labeled "Help Yourself," accompanied by a smiley face. Here's our phone number if people want to call it. You can call it right now if you want. 202-808-3981. Again, this isn't the number to call in and talk to me. If you want to talk to me, you can see the number on the screen. But this is the number to get updates on Pluribus and be hooked into their marketing campaign. 202-808-3981 is the number. That's a good question, Steven. Is there a vaccine? Can you take unhappy pills? The comedy is written in the perspective. The title Pluribus is a play on the Latin phrase e pluribus unum, possibly alluding to the merging of individual identities into a singular collective emotion. The series explores. That's what happens when you've had a first drink you've had in 2 weeks when you haven't ate yet. The series explores the consequences of society where happiness is ambiguous and unchallenged, positioning Carol as the sole individual capable of perceiving and confronting this altered reality. So is Carol the only one? Is she the only person she's probably the only person at the start, but I'm assuming she meets other people along the way that are also immune to this virus, this happiness virus. So let's go over what our trailers and teasers were so far. Our first one, which I believe was released on... Excuse me. I had to scratch my nose. And even if you go like this, it's a distracting thing. When I see someone do this, it makes me think they're picking their nose. Paul McCartney does this a lot. He slaps his finger against his nose. I think he gives people a finger. He goes like this. Yeah. But on that note, boop. So our first teaser is notably unsettling, as they say. It features a woman in pink scrubs picking donuts up from a box, licking them and replacing them. The clip is eerie, quiet, and creating a sense of discomfort. Fucking sure is. It's very uncomfortable. It's very awkward. It's very weird. And if you haven't already, we did a live stream reacting to that in real time. I highly recommend watching that. Because we got people waiting for, I think it was 2 or 3 days for Vince to release a trailer of people licking donuts. That shows the power that Vince has. It really does. Number 2, happiness is contagious. This teaser presented a petri dish with a smiley face, accompanied with a tagline that says, happiness is contagious. It hints at the show's central theme, where a new virus causes widespread happiness, and Carol is the only one unaffected. The minimalistic visuals and ominous tone set the stage for a incredibly weird narrative. Then we got one that's sorry about the blood. It's Carol's handed a drink with an apology that says sorry about the blood. The context remains ambiguous, adding to the series' mystery. And then we had the 30-second trailer that's Carol stands at her doorstep as a drone approaches to collect a bag of trash. The drone wobbles as it picks up the bag, and Carol watches with a whatever look on her face. The clip is about kind of symbolize. She just looks she can't be fucked by it, and has some unsettling vibes to it. It's the only one that isn't really funny. It's very serious. Okay, so the series starts, as I said, on November 7th. And the last episode airs on December 26th. So that's honestly, at this point, everything we know about the series. If anyone knows anything else that I haven't mentioned yet, go for it. At this point, that's all we really know. And I think that's the best position to be in. I think in general, I personally like to know as little as possible going into a series because I want to be affected by the media in the moment while I'm watching it. I feel like so much trailers just tell you everything that's going to happen in a series to the point where people have to watch trailers, and if they don't like a trailer, they're like, yeah, I'm not going to like the movie, because the trailer basically shows what the entire plot and the situation is. This comes to people liking reboots or cover bands more than original stuff. They want to see something familiar that they know they're going to like instead of being challenged with something different. And I think this series is making it a point to draw a line in the sand, similar to the way they did with Better Call Saul the final season, to say, no, we're trying to really do something different and interesting to really goose you as an audience and make you think, which I think is very fun. Excuse me. Okay, so, I mean, that is all we really know about this series. There's more we could talk about, but ultimately, a lot of it would just be speculation. And me talking about how much I believe in Vince. Because I do. And thank you so much, Mark Houston. We're not rushing this damn process. We didn't rush it with Better Call Saul. We're not going to rush it now. But we are going to talk about and break this down and talk about every single episode. My dog is really cracking me up right now in the background. Now, motion is the potion to rock your ass, man. So that's, I mean, ultimately, I didn't want to excessively talk about this because there's not really much we can excessively talk about. I mean, ultimately, that is everything we know about the series. The series is coming in a month, and I hate doing that, like, speculative, what's going to happen, all that sort of shit, because ultimately, we're going to find out. And I think I want to be as surprised as possible going into this series. And when it comes down to it, this series is going to be good. I mean, I'm not saying it's going to be the most popular fucking series of all time, and you're going to be hooked into the next viral series. In fact, I think it's going to be the opposite. I think it's going to be very odd and interesting and specific to what I want out of television. I like sci-fi, I like energy, I like odd comedy, and I want to see Vince sort of embrace that aspect of him. I do. I look forward to this more than Stranger Things, more than Dunkin' Egg, more than anything I've been looking forward to in a long time. Because I look forward to Vince and what he does. Because up until this point, he's 3 for 3. Someone said he's 2 for 2. He's 3 for 3. He also has his hand in the X-Files, which was another hit. Which is not my thing because I haven't watched it. But it is something I understand the cultural significance to it and the quality of which it was as a show. Same. This isn't anything that has come out before. This is Vince. This is the champ is here. The champ has arrived and he's doing something new. That I think the danger of this series for people going to watch it is the same problem that people had coming from Breaking Bad to Better Call Saul. Executive producer of this show, Gotti, who did the Breaking Bad podcast with me, and I hope he doesn't mind if he's watching this. Hope he doesn't mind me saying this. I don't know if his opinion has changed, but he was a huge, epic Breaking Bad fan. We talked about it. He was my co-host, my first co-host on my first thing I did, which was the Breaking Bad recaps. Now, when he went to Better Call Saul, he was expecting a similar energy. And initially going into it, he was disappointed because the first season of Better Call Saul is much more of a theatrical. It's almost like you're watching a play as we're really building these characters. It's a very different thing. And when you're expecting something, whether it's quality or not, you can be disappointed. And if people are going in expecting this to be the Breaking Bad Better Call Saul sequel, you're in for a disappointment. I think this is going to be very different. I think he's going to make it a point to make it very different. And everything I've heard about this is a series made for some idiot like me. Peacemaker is amazing. Great show. This trailer doesn't tell you anything, and I try to stay away from trailers because I don't like to know too much. And this is doing a perfect job at, like, making me, like, everything I said today doesn't ruin anything. It's all speculative, and it's all hoping and wondering kind of stuff. Thisby says, I've been staying away from trailers since the first one. I want to be a surprise. Me too. I'm only doing this because this is what I do. So it's been a while since I've streamed about this, and I wanted to come out here and talk about this before the season starts, besides just the trailer reaction. So I can't help but talk about this stuff, but if I was just watching this, I would stay away from everything. I want to be as surprised as possible. But Vince has helped us because he's made it that even if you do watch everything, you're still in Nowheresville. As John Haymaker said in the live chat, the trailer doesn't tell you dick. So I guess that's it. I mean, there's not much else to talk about when it comes to Pluribus because I would rather wait and talk about what we see when it actually comes. But I'm not ready to end this stream quite yet. So if anyone has any questions or comments or any of their specific ideas or anything you want, anything that you want to talk about Pluribus, please jump in the chat, or if there's any other subjects you want to talk about. We're going to open this up to an Ask Me Anything kind of vibe, so push this in any direction you want. I'll probably be on for another half an hour or so, so we'll keep this going a little bit longer, but I really wanted to keep this very, very much specific to the facts we know about Pluribus so far. We can keep talking about Pluribus as well, but if you want to talk about anything else at this point, now's the time. And if you're watching this and you've watched this so far and you're just interested in Pluribus stuff, now's the time to probably drop out, because I might vary my discussion to some other directions or play some random music here and there. So, yeah, the trailer doesn't tell you dick. Not a fucking thing. So, but what does tell you something is this. Vince Gilligan's gotta know. Okay, so this is very exciting. It's a very, sorry about that little musical break. I needed a little break for talking purposes. Let's talk about Peacemaker. Peacemaker and Penguin are the two of the best superhero property things that have come out in many, many years. I feel like they're the best things that have come out for television shows about superheroes since Daredevil or Jessica Jones. I think they take themselves serious, but not too serious. Peacemaker is amazing. It's the best thing John Cena has ever done. I'm enjoying it epically and intensely. It's funny. It's interesting. It's visually fun to watch. And I can't say enough good things about it. And Penguin was one of the best things I've seen in years as a deep, dark series. So I am a huge fan of everything I'm watching there. And as much as I'm pissed off because HBO is deciding to stop sharing password stuff, so by the end of the year I'm not going to be able to have HBO anymore. I'm still excited by a lot of what they do. The series I'm watching right now, Task, which I can't wait to watch. Part of the reason why I'm on this afternoon instead of tonight is because I want to watch Task. And also football at 8:30. But HBO keeps putting out decent products, you know? And I don't want to talk about any specifics, so I don't want to spoil stuff right now, but Maybe Joe and I can do a Peacemaker podcast at some point where we get into spoilers and such. But if people have never checked out Peacemaker, I could not recommend it more. No, I actually already have the hookup. Excuse me. When I get to the point when Sorry about that. When I get to the point where when I need it, my mobile phone plan, I sound like 75 years old. My mobile phone plan. My phone plan gives me, I can get Netflix and HBO together with ads, which I don't give a fuck, for $10 for both of them. So I'm going to sign up for that. But for now, I have access to HBO. I think they're going to cut people off by the end of the year. So until then, I will wait. Someone mentioned Stranger Things as well. Joe and I are going to do 2 shows for Stranger Things. One after the first half of the final season, one after the second half of the final season. So when that comes out next month, yes, it's November, right? Joe and I will be doing a stream after that as well. So yeah, I'm going to be able to spend $9.99 for HBO and Netflix together. I'm just going to wait until I lose access to HBO to sign up for that. So I'm not going to miss out, and we will be talking about Dunkin' Egg and House of Dragon and other things. I'll at least have it like that for a year. I have the promotion, when you get one of those like extra promotions for your mobile phone plan, for your mobile phone plan, son. Samuel, I do as well. I hate the all release thing. For what Tony and I do, and it's the worst. And honestly, I don't necessarily I like when there's a certain time of day that they release it. And I like when it's sort of a streaming service. Like, I think Paramount does it really good. Certain other ones do it really, like, I like when a show airs at a certain time, so you can go live right after the time that it airs. Like, even Pluribus, I got to see when it gets added. I'm not sure when the Apple Plus stuff does. People that were watching Severance, let me know. I was watching Severance, but I was watching it like the next day. I wasn't waiting for it to be dropped. I don't know if Apple Plus drops their shows the night before or at a certain time of day. Because the best for what we do with after shows or pre-shows is knowing that it's released at a certain time. So there's the maximum amount of people all watching it at the same time. I wouldn't mind if streaming got to that point, right? Where a season, let's say this Stranger Things season on Netflix, instead of dropping it all at once, the first week at, Friday at 9 p.m., they drop 3 episodes. And then the next week, Friday at 9 p.m., they drop the next 3 episodes. Just something back-to-back weeks even would be kind of cooler for what we do, because then Friday at 3 hours after that, we could do a live stream and know that there's a large percentage of people gathered together to watch it. So that's what's good with when shows were actually on at certain times and people were tuning in at certain times to watch it. Shows like, Breaking Bad, Better Call Saul. I feel like Better Call Saul was the last show. The HBO shows are good about that too. And I feel like I wish everything used that model, but it's hard because things like Netflix don't have a channel as well, where HBO releases the stream at 9 p.m. Is when Task will be released, or one of the Game of Thrones shows. So it doesn't matter. Either way, it's released at that time, so most people are watching it live too. So HBO still, you're able to do it, but with Netflix, it makes it almost impossible for covering it to get max coverage. Like Joe and I are probably going to do it a couple days after Stranger Things drops, whenever both of us get a chance to binge it. But you might not have finished it. You might have finished it 3 days earlier and you're like, what the fuck's taking you so long? I think that's the best John Haymaker, what like Hulu does. And I like as a viewer to binge, but as a streamer and getting to talk to all of you awesome folks about all this shit, I prefer it much more when it's a weekly release at the same time every week. It just makes it so much easier to know when we all can gather together and party and talk about an episode. But either way, it's awesome. And either way, it's fun to come out here and talk to any amount of you, like whether it's 5, whether it's 10, whether it's 100. Either way, it's fun to babble and discuss things. So, what do we got? What do we got going on here? So, I'm excited about this show, and I can't wait for these first 2 episodes to drop. But I do wish it was premiering at a primetime time slot. I wish the episode was dropping at 8 p.m. on Friday. That would be perfect, because most people would be tuning in to watch it at 8 p.m. on Friday. The people that would be into the series enough to tune into a podcast afterwards discussing it and calling in. So that's the ideal scenario, that some of these streaming things drop episodes 1 or 2 at a time, even up to maybe 3 at a time at certain times a day. That would be my ideal situation. And I have to again thank all of you, any of you that have joined me today for this silliness. I didn't expect anyone to join us today, and we've had quite a few folks popping their heads in, checking out this live stream, and I very much appreciate that. I know, again, it's not necessarily conducive for the time of day for maximum exposure, or setting this up as a stream for, in advance for people to watch. But either way, it's amazing to have all of you watching this. I do prefer weekly releases, and I'm glad that this is going weekly, because at least we can discuss each episode in depth. When a series is dropped all at once, you talk about the series as a whole. It's hard to unpack each individual episode. Steven, it is a pleasure for me. I have a little bit left in this beverage. I'm going to finish it, and then we'll start to wrap things up here in about the next 20 or 30 minutes. I appreciate all of you that have jumped on in here tonight. I'm not ending this right now, but I do want to... I can't stop talking to you guys. So I'll keep talking as long as you guys have questions and thoughts. And if anyone wants to call in, you're welcome to join in the show. Come on. Call on in. 781-990-8509 if you're watching live. I know it's 4 o'clock p.m. here on the East Coast. Forgetting 1 p.m. on the West Coast. And who knows what time it is wherever you're listening to this to. But if you want to call on in, share some of your thoughts, do it. I would love to have you here. So, Task, which is a show I'm watching right now. Task is a fun series. I talked about it a bit earlier. It's a slow-moving series, but I think it's very well acted, very well produced, and a lot of fun in some of the performances. And I'm extremely excited to watch tonight's episode. But it's not a series I really want to stream after or talk about, because I don't feel like there's much to break down in that way. I might do one stream after the whole series is over, because there's not much mystery or analysis to kind of get into it. It's more of something I want to watch as a whole and then analyze after the fact. But it has been a lot of fun, and I'm enjoying it a great deal. So if anyone hasn't checked that out, it does. The first couple of episodes kind of build, but that third episode really amps things up, and I feel extreme television anxiety watching it these last couple of episodes. And the main character, without spoilers here, continues to make stupid mistake after stupid mistake, which sort of backs up his Ozark's character. He just continues. He's just one of those people that characters on television that plays really good making emotional, shitty decisions. Speaking of shitty.
Don't have to worry, get your shit, buddy. Don't have to worry, get your shit, buddy. Don't have to worry, get your shit, buddy. Don't have to worry, get your shit, buddy, tonight.
Tonight.
I had to get nailed. I gotta be honest.
Whoa, why is it doing that double thing? That was uncomfortable, and I'm sorry I made you feel all weird by doing that. It's true. I'm embracing the Uncle Phil. Now, sit on Uncle Phil's... Hey, everybody, sit on Uncle Phil's ketchup couch.
Concrete dream, better than reality. Torture the generation to the lost society. Wondering and wishing are two separate issues. Push out away for a bit to miss you. Grieving your sin when you're waiting your home.
This song is how the Issues guy thing started. This is my old band, the song Issues.
With your mind to cope with these issues.
I got. Yeah, that was a song I had called Issues, which when I did my radio show, I used as the theme song. And I was the issues guy, like, call me with your issues. You know, call me with your problems. Well, I'll help you through. When I first wanted to do this stuff, I wanted to be like a radio helpline kind of caller, like Frasier. I was watching a lot of Frasier, and I wanted to do that. So when I got a radio show, and I wanted to do like a call-in line. But the radio show became... I played music, and I also kind of talked more current events and random shit. Some TV as well. And then when I started doing the podcast, I also tried to do the call-in thing, but no one called. And I did similar thing, like sort of like gripping articles and news articles and talking about the issues of the day and that kind of shit. And then randomly I started doing the Breaking Bad podcast, which actually got people watching for the first time. I mean, people listen to the radio show, but and so I just leaned into the television thing. Yes, it's time. Time for some new shows. Exactly. Baby, I hear the blues are calling, toss salad and scrambled eggs. I won't destroy that song. But Seattle, I'm listening. What's going on? So if you ever want to call a name with your problem, 781-990-8509, I'm happy to listen. Pluribus is coming up soon. Exactly. November 7th. Is the next show that we'll be covering week to week on this channel. I'll obviously be jumping on and joining Tony for whatever he ends up doing soon. But Tony will be jumping over here and helping out on some Pluribus stuff too. And I'm sure he might talk about the series as well, depending on his reaction and his feeling about it when it starts. But I know I'm going to have him over here talking about it too. And yeah. WKRP in Cincinnati. Great show. But Pluribus is coming, and I cannot freaking wait. It's going to be exciting. Let's see. But not as exciting as Dickon.
Dickon, Dickon, Dickon. Dickon, Dickon, Dickon. Dickon, 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 Dickon.
Oh my goodness. Baby, have you ever wondered? Dick on. Have you ever wondered what became of me? Wow, that double is fucking exciting. So what have we learned today? We've learned that Pluribus is a show that's coming out. It's based on a book. I know some people might be screaming at me like it's based on this book. I don't have the name of the book right now. It's the one piece of information I didn't have, but I mentioned it on the earlier stream. It is not based on a book. It's influenced by a book. I could probably ask my stupid phone. Let's see. What is the book that the series Pluribus is influenced by? We're going to ask the phone. Invasion of the Body Snatchers. No, there is All Better Now. The book is All Better Now. I'm not saying it's influenced by the book All Better Now, but that's one of the rumors. Or maybe it's its own individual thing. I was thinking about starting a Game of Thrones rewatch. Right now I am doing a Star Trek rewatch instead. I was about to start it, but I ended up going with Star Trek instead. And I already rewatched, I binge watched Deep Space Nine in like 2 days. It wasn't 2 days, but it was very quick. And now I'm watching Next Generation. Pluribus is going to be a sci-fi series. But it's going to be also a dark comedy and a drama and a lot of other weird stuff. So it's the thing about Pluribus is it hasn't been dictated. It's genre bending, it's been described as. But it's probably going to be dark comedy sci-fi.
Shut the fuck up, fam. Shut the fuck up, fam. Shut the fuck up, fam.
Sonic, your boy, to go over a couple things just in case people are just tuning in. I can go over everything one more time. Now, the series is called Pluribus. It's created by Vince Gilligan, the creator of Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul. It's a science fiction series. Wait. No, people don't want me to shut the fuck up. Tim, I love you, buddy. Yeah, I love you, buddy, but let's go. Let's go here. Fuck auto. What's that even mean? Okay, so Joe will be joining this season. I gotta figure out timing with Joe, but Joe will be joining this season. It's set in the near future in America. The series follows Carol, an author who appears to be the only person immune to a new virus that turns its sufferers perpetually content and optimistic. It's set in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Pluribus follows Carol, and she, as the world succumbs to this optimism, Carol becomes the unlikely figure who must confront and potentially reverse this widespread condition. That's what it's about. Happiness is contagious is the tagline. It's going to be 9 episodes, starting November 7th, with 2 episodes released through December 26th. day after Christmas, will be the season finale. So that means Christmas night, late night, we might be talking about this episode. The showrunner, executive producer, Vince fucking Gilligan, motherfucker. It's a blend of dark humor, dystopian elements, and psychological drama. It explores happiness and its societal implications, and isolation, resistance against conformity. It's toxic positivity, emotional control, and conformity versus individuality. The styles compare it to The Twilight Zone and X-Files. Vince Gilligan describes the series as thought-provoking, upsetting, and so funny, emphasizing its bold creative direction. It sounds interesting. It sounds cool. I'm excited. I watched the first couple of episodes of Ed Gaines as well. It might be a little weird for me, but it's very good. As I mentioned, it's filmed in Albuquerque, New Mexico, same place as Better Call Saul and Breaking Bad, so it has a similar visual style. But that's the only comparison to it. And the episodes will be released up until December 26th. So that's everything we know about this series. Ultimately, it's a mystery, but I enjoy the mystery aspect of it. And thanks for Dan Blackwell for the Fill the Issues Guy theme here. Let's listen to a little bit of this. And I'll jam along to it. Was that it? Oh no, here we go. Exactly. We need a Lalo Salamanca appearance. I wonder how many, if we will get some Breaking Bad cameos. The show has been confirmed for season 2 as well as the season 1, so I could honestly see more of those things happening in season 2. If the show, especially if the show is a hit, as they say. Hey, it's got some fucking minerals up in this piece. We need Skinny Pete and Badger. We need everyone to pop in on this one. Let's keep this alive. Let's keep this Vince Gilligan shit going. I think if we need anyone, we need Skinny Pete and Badger. Woo! What's going on, doggy? What's in the petri dish with the smiley face? It's probably whatever the disease is, right? Like they're trying to analyze it. Diseases. Yellow is also a big part of the advertising campaign, which is interesting to me. Even the petri dish is a shade of yellow, as you can see on the screen right now. Now, people that are watching right now, what are you hoping from this series? Are you bringing your Breaking Bad, Better Call Saul baggage into this? Or are you trying to come into this series with a complete, unique, individual perspective? As I'm going to have one more drink, one small drink, and then we're going to end things. So if you're hanging out as well, pour your last drink, light your last bowl, or hit, whatever you're doing, or drink your water or your coffee, whatever your thing is. It's last call, everybody. Last call. And let me know what you're hoping for this series. Are you bringing that energy because of Vince Gilligan being the guy, doing what was, having made these other series? Do you hold him Are you holding it to the same standard? Are you secretly hoping that this is a continuation to some of those series? And are you coming into with that kind of perspective? Well, I'm toasting that to you, my friend. Sonic Your Boy says, I'm hoping it's a big mystery where we have no idea what's going on. Kind of like From. I like that idea. I want to see something very unique, very interesting, very special. Here you go. I'm giving some gift memberships here. We got Biltron, who's ninjing right now. We got OX Dub. We got the amazing, incredible Lou. We got Pale Horse Rider. We got Botched Eye Surgery with a very wonderful name. All joining the crew. We're going to do that one more time too. So basically everyone watching right now, minus one person, is going to get a membership. So let's see. Let's give more memberships. Send 5 more. Send 5 more, Phil. Do it. We got Cam's Crash Course, Ryan Rumbles, Samuel B, Beautiful Mortal, Classic EverQuest, I miss EverQuest, and Romeo are all members. Thank you to our 10 new members. You're amazing. Thank you for your support. Thank you for watching. Thank you for checking it out. I'm hoping for no mystery. I mean, I'm hoping for interesting, captivating. I'm not sure how much mystery I want because the mystery for the campaign for the series has been so evident. It's been, so when the series starts, I kind of want just to go through an experience, almost like I'm on some sort of amusement park ride. I'm in for the ride, in for Vince's ride. I know, I'm giving out scholarships. I'm doing my version of making it rain. Oh my goodness, Sonic Your Boy becomes a member. Thank you, Sonic Your Boy, for that. That means more than you know. Any super chats or members becoming members means more than you fucking know. I'm with you, Steven. Like, there's enough good mystery box shows out there. There's 3 very good ones out at the moment, and we don't need more. And the 3 I'm talking about are From, Yellow Jackets, and Severance. Like, we have those 3 shows. We don't need another mystery box show. We need something completely unique that's unlike any series we've ever seen before. And thank you to our sponsors. Ned the Head, Ned Ryerson. Thanks you. You guys are awesome. And I don't know if that's why I'm playing porn music. But I'm not going to say I'm sick of mystery box shows, but enough's enough to a certain extent. I think we have 3 really awesome ones right now. We don't need more. And I don't see Vince doing that. I think Vince is more going to do a weird show. I think this is more going to be analogous to Twin Peaks rather than Lost. I think it's going to be weird. And something that's going to be hard to analyze sometimes because it's going to be surreal and awkward at times. But I don't think it's going to be mystery box. Am I bringing you all to fancy lad school? Dunkin' Egg, I don't know do we have a release date? Anyone got a release date? Let me see if Google knows. Is there a release date for Night of Seven Kingdoms show on HBO? Let's see. It just says 2026. I'm going to guess February or March. Maybe April. I would hope it's January, but I doubt it. And you know why that pisses me off? Because it's already made. They're not adding to it. It's just sitting there right now. Like, it should have been released this year. But I think Task took its spot. I think they decided to... But even so, it could come on right after Task. It should be coming on right after in 2 weeks. Realistically speaking, we got fucked. Dunkin' Egg should have premiered in 2 weeks. 3 weeks. 3 weeks. And been on like November through the holidays. But whatever. Instead, I'm guessing it's going to be late winter, early spring. I thought Billionaire Bunker was going to be a mystery box show, but no, they told you what was going to happen. Not too many shows start. It's true. Which is why I think it should do it. It will be unmatched. It'll be something interesting to watch and get the majority of television audiences to tune into it. But it's probably going to release in the spring when most new shows in that context release. I'm excited about Dunkin' Egg. I'm way more excited about that than I am House of Dragon Season 2. Season 3, I mean. Season 2 of House of Dragon, I liked more than most people, but it still left me with a lot of television blue balls. Excuse me. What are you doing over there? I suddenly have the hiccups. True story. I had the hiccups once for... Excuse me. I want to say... I'd have to ask my ex-wife. But I want to say it was like for 6 months. It was awful. I feel like I'm divorced because I had the hiccups for 6 months. It's true. I thought Billionaire Bunker was going to be like... I don't even know what Billionaire Bunker is. Right now, what I'm watching is Survivor and... Task.
Where do I begin, my lords and ladies?
I'm Tyrion, son of Tywin, Clan Lannister.
I'm going to die. May as well be with a song in my heart.
Imp! Dwarf. You should have stopped at imp.
Drinking and lust. No man can match me in these things.
I'm a monster.
Drinking and lust. That's what I do. I drink and I know things.
Lord of Light wants his enemies burnt.
There you have it.
The drowned god wants them drowned.
Nothing to worry about.
Why are all the gods such vicious cunts? Where's the god of tits and wine?
I drink.
I'm a vile man.
I drink.
I confess it.
I drink.
I'm a vile man.
I know things.
I'm a great fighter, too.
I have lied and cheated, gambled and
That's
whored.
what I do. I am the god of tits and wine.
What about the dwarf?
Sorry about that. Tyrion needs his own show. We did get Tyrion, obviously, on this past season of Dexter, but we could use the Dink getting his own show. So everyone, what have we learned today? We learned that Pluribus is coming November 7th. We're going to be talking about it after every episode, and I can't wait. Thank you to everyone that has tuned in today. You guys are amazing. If you haven't already, hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. I swear the only reason I'm ending right now is just because I have the fucking hiccups. I'd probably be on for another 20 minutes if I didn't have the hiccups right now. Can anyone scare me? I don't know. But thank you for tuning in to this silliness. And I hope you enjoyed it. I can't wait to cover this show. We'll be live again. I mean, I'll be live before that, but I'm going to try to do something every week, as I said. So I'll be on sometime this next coming week. You're gonna get sick of me. I'm gonna start streaming a lot more often. So everyone, thank you so much. I'll talk to you next time. Peace. Sorry, Amy. Amy's here. Time to end.